We're going to cover the Paladin character class. And this is for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons first/second edition. I hope you can read that. The most important rule to remember about the Paladin is that he is the ultimate force for goodness and right. All his actions must be predictable, most often, and he must follow the road of good and law. When he wavers or makes too many chaotic decisions or acts, he begins to slowly lose his abilities until they are either gone or that he has atoned for them. As DM, you should be warning your player, but you should never tell your player what to do. Specialization of weapons is usually never allowed, but he can have number 2 in my weapon specialization sheets. It's a far cry from what fighters get, but paladins get all sorts of bonuses. Detecting evil is a 10-foot wide by 60-foot long path from the paladin. And usually he has to make some sort of motion when doing so, whether he puts his hand to his forehead in contemplation or outstretches his hand, as in he's grasping for the evil ahead of him. Disease immunity does not include diseases that are caused by magic or curses as well. The two most well-known forms of these are lycanthropy, werewolves and their kin, and mummy rot, which is a magical disease. Again, the paladin is not immune to these. Laying on hands can heal the paladin's friends or even himself. But in combat, it's like lowering your guard to enemies. No shield, no dexterity bonuses for that round. After all, he's trying to connect with his god's power. Healing an ally who is currently fighting alongside or ahead of him requires a touch attack, and an armor class 10 must be touched, or you must roll to hit against armor class for the healing given. If missing, the paladin doesn't lose the ability. The magical healing is considered to be in hand, and he can try again the next melee round. However, if he's hit in combat, concentration is lost, and he has lost the ability. If he takes up arms, however, the lay on hands attempt is wasted for the day and cannot be used. Paladins do not get bonus spells due to high wisdom scores, neither does the ranger. This bonus applies only to the cleric and druid classes. They are part-time spellcasters. Paladins, Paladin's protection from evil is not the protection from evil spell. Here's what the Paladin gets. The Paladin is surrounded with an aura of protection with a 10-foot radius. Within this radius, all summoned creatures, see monster summoning 1 through 7, summon animal spells, and all evilly aligned creatures suffer a -1 on their attack rolls, regardless of whom they attack. Creatures affected by the Paladin's aura can spot its source easily, even if the Paladin is disguised. This ruling applies to both first and second edition Paladins henceforth. The Paladin turns undead as a cleric only at 2 levels lower. So at 5th level, a 5th level Paladin would turn undead as a 3rd level cleric. We use the 2nd edition Turn Undead table as it is an update for all the newer kinds of undead created over the years. The Paladin will get a yearning to call forth his steed, usually a warhorse, but there are other Paladin kits which offer much, much more. He may see it in a dream or come upon it surprisingly nearby, where he must go alone to free it from its evil captors. He must do this thing alone. This usually happens at level 4. Follow the rules, follow the lawful good alignment requirements, follow your order or your god's requirement, or fall low and lose honor, glory, and power. Hey, have a good evening, everybody.